Hey everyone, Jake here from Bellevue Branch Library, here to help you get your creative fix. I cooked up this program, Tartan Cabochons, in conjunction with the library's annual theme of Community of Many Faces. With this theme, we want to explore and celebrate the different cultures and ethnicities that make up our diverse community here in Nashville. So for this project, we're going to be exploring the Tartan Pattern. Tartan patterns are from Scotland. Traditionally, they've been used as symbols of your family or clan. You can do a quick internet search and find a variety of examples out there. You might even find that your own last name has a tartan pattern associated with it. So I encourage you to go out there, do a little research, get inspired, maybe reverse engineer a pattern that you really like, or come up with one that's uniquely yours. I recommend about 3 to 4 colors. I'm showing you some examples here. These two were done with taping. And then these on the left here are just examples of cabochons. So you can see we have a few different shapes here. I found these online. The one here at the bottom is actually, probably you might be more familiar with it, as like that aquarium glass bead. So anyway, cabochons recently got on my radar because they will actually magnify whatever you set behind them or paint on the back of them. So that's what we're going to be doing in this program, is painting on the back. So there's a few ways you can go about painting on these things. The first one would be taping it off, and I would recommend using some good old Scotch tape for this. Whenever you're doing this, just be sure that you put the tape down right where you want it. This is one I did a moment ago. Make sure that you push the tape down to get out any air bubbles. An air bubble will actually pull the paint underneath, and you'll have like a little blip off the side of your nice clean line. So this one I did using nail polish. And I'm going to go ahead and peel the tape off, and you can see we're going to have a pretty nice clean green line here. So just peeled off the first couple pieces. This particular color is rather transparent, so you can actually paint on the back and have a little bit of color mixing come through the front. So taping is a great way to get those nice clean lines. Again, that is what I did in these examples. These are taped off. So you'll get these clean, manufactured looking lines. But another option is to go a little bit more organic and to freehand it and to use a brush. So for this, I would recommend using a liner brush. You see that this has that longer bristle on it. That way you can wet it down with the paint down. I recommend acrylic paint with a little bit of water, and then pull a whole line, and this should have enough bristle that you can finish one line in one pull. Let's go ahead and do an example of this. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some blue. I recommend using poster putty to hold these things, and I'm going to put poster putty on the bottom of this cup here. Now it's easier to hold on to, less likely to drop it. Notice as I'm doing this, I'm using 2 hands, one hand to keep the cabochon stable, the other hand has its pinky out, and the pinky is there to help me stabilize this. So what's nice about using the brush is it will actually give you like a textile kind of fabric look, which would kind of reference more of the Scottish kilt. So the brush might be a good aesthetic to have to get kind of more of that, fabric look to it. So just applied some paint on that. It's still got a couple more layers to go. But you can start to see, hopefully, that the yellow that I put on first, which I then layered over with the red, there's actually some color mixing starting to happen because the yellow is a little bit transparent. Okay, so that's using the brush. We talked about using the tape. If you wanted to apply like nail polish, I can't get as clean of a fine line with the nail polish, so that's why I would probably use the tape for that one. So another method would be to use a paint marker. This is an acrylic-based paint marker. This is one I did earlier. The yellow line was done with the paint marker. I couldn't get as fine of a line with it either, so that would probably require some taping off. See how I went with a wider line with the yellow. That blue line was actually done though with our next method, and that's where I just took another bottle of acrylic paint, but I had this like fine nozzle tip. So shake this up a little bit, and let's put this tip on there, because what it allows us to do is get a nice fine line. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back on my cup with the poster putty to keep it steady. And I'm going to go ahead and run this kind of reddish pinkish line in the background here. Notice again with the pinky thing, I'm just trying to keep my hands stable. Okay, so now we have a couple more colors on that one. It has a few more layers to go before it will be finished. Alright, and finally, you might consider using stickers. So these are some fun holographic star stickers. And this is one that, I put the sticker on, and then I put a piece of tape on there to give me a nice clean line on that half star, painted it, removed the tape, and then put another sticker on there. So now I'm going to do one more layer of paint. In this case, I'm going to be doing a larger area of paint, not such a fine line. So I'm going to use a bigger brush for this. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of this blue again. And I'm going to apply it just where I want blue, in this sticker zone here. But I am going to paint it over some of this white. What we're going to get would be a little bit of a light blue in this zone. So the back might not look that pretty, but it's all about showing the front anyway. So this one needs a few more layers also to get finished. A final thing to consider would be to use some colored pencils and do some sketches first. That way you can see how your colors look before you commit to the glass. Now, the paint will come off if, say, you use some rubbing alcohol. You can still remove it, or nail polish remover. So you can always give it another try if the first one doesn't look right. And I would encourage you to do some sketches first, perhaps with your colored pencils on paper. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them and I will answer them. And I hope you enjoy this project. Happy creating!